Hello, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for attending today. We are about to start. If you want to leave in the chat where you're from where are you watching us, we are super happy to have you all here. We're going to wait 1 or 2 more minutes so everyone else can join. Feel free to let us know from where you're from. We're so happy to have you here. We have Shavonne with us today talking about how to master the art of other people's money. So we are thrilled to have this webinar today. And moving forward, Real Estate IQ, your deal is our mission. So we are deal maker and dream maker, and we provide the best real estate solutions committed to help one more person to win. So make your deals come true. This is the streamline your deal making process. So these are the solutions that we provide from Real Estate IQ. We offer off-market leads, EBA, CMA, custom leads mining, and virtual assistants. So if you're looking for more, please try our exclusive membership. These are our social media accounts where you can follow us as well. We are in Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube, and you can use the QR codes that appear below of each icon so you can join us in our community. And you can also join us in our newsletter so you don't miss any of our weekly webinars. You can scan the QR code that appears on the right side of the screen so you don't miss any of our weekly webinars and in-person events. We also offer a free 30-minute in-depth consultation of Real Estate IQ's services with one of our experts. You can schedule it now by scanning the QR code that appears on the right side of the screen, on the left side, sorry, of the screen, and also answering the poll that should appear on your screen as well. This is a very short video of what we do. I'm sorry, it's taking a little bit to load. I don't know why. So we are moving forward with Shavonne. Thank you everyone for being with us today. We're super happy to have you all here. Feel free to use the chat box and the Q&A box to ask her all the questions that you may have, so she's able to answer them as soon as possible. So thank you again, everyone, for being here with us today. I hope you enjoy.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. So welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us today. Thank you for registering and hopping on Mastering the Art of Other People's Money. So my name is Shavonne Cook, and just curious, who do we have on the webinar today? Is it mainly investors, those of you who want to invest, real estate agents? Just can you type in the chat so I kind of know what the audience is looking like? If you're a real estate agent, type in real estate agent. If you're an investor, type in I for investor. Multifamily investor, awesome, awesome, awesome. Awesome, love multifamily. If you're looking to get into the process, maybe type in starting. Awesome, okay. All right, awesome. Okay, guys, so mastering the art of other people's money is a topic that so many people are interested in, and starting out learning, awesome, thank you. So many people are interested in, because there's a lot of people who want to get into investing, but not really quite sure how. And, you know, we tend to not want to use our own money, right? Because we could be doing other things with our money. And, you know, we could be allocating those expenses or that money to something else, right? So, you know, we always tend to not want to use our own money and use other people's money, because who wants to use their own money, right? So, so my name is Shavonne Cook. I am actually in the Orlando, Florida area, and I'm a licensed real estate investor. I'm a licensed real estate agent. I am an investor. I am also a speaker, soon to be author, and a coach. So I'm super excited to be here today, talking to you, and just being here with you today. Excited about this opportunity. So thanks again for joining. All right, so I am also a former educator. I was a educator for 10 years in the Orlando area. And now I empower investors to multiply their income and backed by real estate. So this is really a passion of mine. It is something that I know that I was born to do. Real estate is my thing, because it's not just about real estate, it's about people, right? Maybe you've heard this before, I don't know, but real estate is a people business. You have to be personable if you're going to be in real estate. It's super important, because it's a personal, it's a relationship driven business. So that is so important that you understand that, and that it becomes a part of you. So that's what I want to say on that. So let me give you a little bit of background history about myself. I just a few short years ago, really, I was actually, my life looked very, very different than what it does today. And I left the educational system. Like I told you, I was a teacher for 10 years, and I went into real estate full time. And like so many other real estate agents, I was not making any money. And at the time, I was living in my father's rental, and living in my father's rental. And because I was not making any money, I could not pay my bills and hold the agreement that I had with my father. So we ended up getting evicted, my whole family and I, 2 weeks before Christmas, right? What a time to be evicted from a place, right? But instead of living in guilt, shame, regrets, I chose to pick up the pieces of my life and do something different. So I was in this space of breakdown, but in this space of breakdown, I discovered what my superpower was, and I created a life to be able to help other investors and hold them accountable, help other investors learn to invest and create the life that they want for themselves. So through that breakdown, it actually created a situation for me to hold on to my faith and hold on to what I knew what could be possible for me. And so I chose to rise up in that situation and become stronger and do the things that I needed to do and not sit in despair, not sit in, guilt, shame, not sit in those situations and do something about my situation and take myself and my family where I saw that we could be. And so I say this because this is it is an opportunity for everyone, right? We all have situations where we don't necessarily we face life, life happens and we go through situations, but we don't have to stay there. We can absolutely move forward. We can absolutely create the life that we want, and we can absolutely do the things that we want to do. So it's just a matter of knowing and making that decision to do what it is that you have said that you're going to do, whatever that is. So that is why I'm here today, to help to empower you and get you from where you are to where you want to be. So are there any questions in particular that anyone wants to know before I get started? Any questions? Because I am going to allow opportunities for questions, but I just want to make sure that whatever it is that is on your heart and on your mind, that I make sure that I answer them. So is there anything before I get started that you want to have answered? No, not right now. Okay. All right. So the first thing is with mastering the art of other people's money. And before I start that, is there anything, like, does anyone have any projects that they are working on and they are wanting to get help with using other people's money? Any projects going on? Okay. All right, awesome. Okay. All right. And I'm going to make sure that I answer all the questions. Okay, so thank you. All right. And how did you manage scarcity mindset at that time? That's a great question. So the way that I managed scarcity mindset, because I'm glad you asked that, because that has to be managed before. You have to understand, how do I want to word this? The scarcity mindset has to be, I don't want to say it has to be managed before you get in, but you have to know the direction that you want to go. You have to know that you are worthy. You have to know that whatever it is that you want in life, that you are absolutely worthy of getting everything that you want. And so you should know that going into it. And when you have your end goals in mind, whatever that goal looks like for you, for me, it was my family. For me, I knew it was that we deserved better. I knew that that it was that we absolutely deserve better. I mean, I don't know another way to say it, but I knew that we deserve better. And so for me, it was, my family was my goal, that I wanted to do this for. So managing my mind, my scarcity mindset, because I did have a scarcity mindset. And, but I knew where I wanted to go. And not just that, I also joined a leadership program. Sometimes we can't do things on our own, and sometimes we need help, and that's okay. So I also became a part of a leadership program that helped me to manage my mind, helped me to get to where I wanted to be, helped me to see a bigger goal and a bigger vision for myself. And when you see that bigger vision for yourself, you know a direction where you want to go, and you can get there much faster. So a lot of times we don't see the vision for ourselves, and then we stay in that scarcity mindset. We come up with all kinds of stories for ourselves that are not true, and we stay stuck and we stay in that mindset. So I hope that answers your question. All right, so let me talk a little bit about, and I'm going to answer all the questions again. I'm going to answer them all. I'll go back to and answer, but that was a great question to get started, because before I even got into real estate investing, I was in that scarcity mindset. So that's how I got out of it. So once I saw the vision for myself and for my family, then I was able to move forward. And once I moved forward, I realized that one thing, the very first thing that we want to have in our back pocket for mastering the art of other people's money is partnerships. Partnerships, I cannot even tell you how important they are. They are so important. And I'm sure that you've probably heard this before, how important partnerships are. And they are the lifeline of any business, really. And when you are developing partnerships, you don't want to go in with, what am I going to get? That is the absolute wrong mindset to go in with. You always want to go in with a heart postured mindset. This has nothing to do about you. It has everything to do about the other person. It has everything to do with, whatever your goal is. So if your goal is your family, it has everything to do with them. If your goal is helping another client, so that is what you want to focus on. If your goal is, developing partnerships, then that is what you want to focus on. So you never, ever want to go in with a, what can I get type of mindset? What can I get type of attitude? It is always about the other person, because that's who we are created to be. We are created, we are beings, we are loving beings, and we are beings who help others, especially in real estate. There are, so many opportunities in real estate to help others. And if you could just, and this is another thing, once you get out of that scarcity mindset, you will begin to see the opportunities that there are in real estate. There's so many. So once you can see those opportunities, that goes back to speaking of that goal that I was talking about earlier. So once you can see that vision or that goal, that intention, then you'll be able to you'll know where you want to go. If you're here and you want to end up here, but you've got that vision at the end, you can see the light at the end of the tunnel, you'll know where you want to go. So that keeps you driving in that direction. So, so you always want to have the other person in mind. Some partnerships that, or let me say, some partnerships that that are available can come from many, many different places. You can start looking at family. You can start looking at people you know within your inner circle. You can start looking at, start talking to people. Real estate is all about talking to people. I can't express that enough. We have to talk. We have to open up our minds, our mouths, and talk and be genuinely curious about others and their situations and what they want, what their goals are. Be genuinely curious about another human being. So we want to genuinely be curious about the world around us, about what other people think, about what they're doing. So ask questions, be curious, begin to get into different organizations, clubs, um, um, other professional, and this can be professional organizations. Those are great ways to start building relationships, because it's a great way to start those conversations and just building relationships. So that is an absolute great way to start that. Just whoever you come in contact with as you are building your what's the word I'm looking for? As you are building your partnerships, anyone that you come in contact with, make it a conversation and don't make it about you. Okay. My thing is always heart posture. Your heart posture must be pure, genuine, relational. Your heart posture, your heart matters. And that is a huge, huge piece of real estate, really. And I cannot express that enough, because honestly, it just, and when you are, anyone can sell a deal or two, right? Or buy a deal or two. But when you are genuinely concerned about others, you will go beyond just a deal or two. Okay, you will go beyond the scarcity of just a deal here, a deal there, this here. You go beyond that. It becomes a flow. It becomes a river of flowing water. Like it just begins to flow because you're genuinely curious about others. You genuinely care. And so I can't stress that enough. That is a huge, huge piece of, becoming a great real estate investor. We can all be good, but why not be great, right? So, so I would definitely say to start there with your heart posture. You're going to build trust and credibility with these partners that you're gaining. And you can build trust by being honest and relatable, and vulnerable. Vulnerable is a very big one. And I'm going to be honest with you, when I first got into real estate, telling my story it was hard. Like it was very, very difficult. Like, it's not the most prettiest experience. And sometimes we want to keep those things to ourselves, but that's not what we should be doing. We want to be relatable. We want others to understand that you're not in this alone. You have, there are other people that understand where you are. There are other people that have been through similar situations and have been through the same thing. So you don't have to go through this alone. So we want to make sure that, that we are not up here and, we're trying to help, we don't want to just have a mindset of, we're up here and we can't help anyone, down here. Because at the end of the day, we've all started down here. And that's just, we've all started down here. And so we always want to make sure that we remain relatable. There's no one that is above us. There is no one that, that is better than, we all are going to work together, and we all get to work together. And so that is a huge piece of it as well. That is a huge piece of it. So remain relatable, and those remaining relatable will help you to build that trust and that credibility as you begin to speak to people. So always come from a place of being vulnerable, being relatable, as I said, being you. No one can be you except for you. So be you. You don't have to hide anything. You don't have to be someone that you're not. Just be you. And being you is going to spread. Okay, it's going to spread. And so just be lovable, be caring, be genuine, be all of those things. And so if you are a real estate agent, those are things that you want to do. If you're an investor who's looking for deals, those are also things that you want to do, because you're going to be looking for people with problems. So you're going to be looking for people who have problems. So you don't want to be, someone high and just with this ridiculous mindset that you can't help anyone. So if you're working with people with problems, you want to be caring and loving and concerned and, seeing how you can help them solve their problems. And you have to be those things in order to help people solve their problems. Okay, so it goes both ways. Real estate agents, investors, really in any business, because any business you're running, you are solving problems. And so we always want to be that type of person in order to solve problems. So always come from a place of, how can I serve you? How can I serve you? How can I be there for you? What can I do for you? Is the place where you want to come from. Again, heart posture, right? So that is a place where you want to come from. So partnerships also include things like your traditional loans. Traditional lenders. Develop partnerships with traditional lenders. I've got several of them. And, we want to develop those relationships with our partners and our lenders, because as we develop, or as we get into real estate and investing, we are going to need our partners. So we want to make sure that we're developing those relationships. We can also, private loans is another one, in private partnerships as well. Private investors, private partnerships, any type of creative financing partnerships, like your hard money lenders, your private money lenders. Those are all partnerships that we should be using and strengthening to help grow our business. And partnerships are so great because they, it's always someone to be able to lean on. It's always someone to be able to, help. You're helping your partners as well. So you're not coming from a place of, like we talked about before, of what can I get for you? You're going in from a place of what can I do for you? How can I serve you? That is the place where we want to come from, even with our partners. Okay, so so partnerships is one way, and I would say it is the absolute first way to being able to master the art of using other people's money. Because once you develop these relationships, they're going to want to, help you. They're going to want to lend money to you, to get deals done. They're going to want to work with you. So make sure that you are partnering with people that you connect with, that you in genuinely like. Like, we don't want to partner with people that we don't, we don't get along with, and those things like that. We don't want to do that because it's not going to be genuine. So we want to make sure that we are partnering with people that we genuinely connect with, and you will soar once you do that. All right, so are there any questions in regards to partnerships or relationships? No? Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Awesome. Fantastic. Okay. And so the step number 2 for mastering the art of other people's money is strategic deal structuring. When I went through my situation and got evicted, that is the start of when I decided that I was going to do something different. So this was the start of me getting into multifamily, and I took my family and we purchased a duplex, my first multifamily unit. And once I did this, we actually used this home as a house hack. And I'm sure maybe you've heard the term house hack, where you live in one side and then you rent out the other side. And this is how I got started. I got started using house hack technique. And I am a huge fan of house hacking because it's a great way to get started, especially if you don't have the money. Okay, because you can develop partnerships, use those partnerships that we talked about earlier, and you can use those partnerships to help you get into it, but then you'll also be able to use the income from the other side that is coming in to help you pay for the mortgage and to help you pay for the mortgage of the home. So you'll be able to get funding based on whatever it is your income is, and based on the income that is coming in from the house hack. Okay, so a lot of lenders will use that income to help with funding the mortgage. And then also, and it just depends, right? You can also use hard money lenders for this, private money lenders. It just depends on the situation, and it depends on the condition of the home, but they are also, different ways to being able to get started and to get in. So house hacking is a great way to get started, especially if you don't have a lot of money. You may have a partner that wants to help you get into the house hacking, and you give the partner a percentage. Okay, and it's okay. Like, you share a percentage, work out a percentage, whatever that looks like for the two of you, and you split a percentage. So the partner gets some, you get some, everybody wins. And I am a huge fan of everybody winning, because we don't want to leave people out, right? We don't want to take. We want to be givers. And so part of those partnerships is, where everyone wins. So I am a huge fan of everyone winning in every situation. that means a lot for me, because we just don't want someone to get the short end of the stick. So even when I'm creating deals, I'm making sure that what is this going to look like, and how can we all win in this situation? That is a huge, huge thing for me, making sure that everyone wins in that situation. So strategically structuring the deal is a way to be able to master the art of other people's money as well, because the way that you strategically structure it, you're able to come out, or you're able to be able to use someone else's money to be able to pay for that home. And then once when you're paying on the mortgage, so someone else is going to be helping you pay for the mortgage, so you're still not coming out of your pocket using your own money. Someone else is paying that mortgage. Depending on the interest rate and depending on how it's structured, you may end up wanting to refinance later on. Okay, and so that's going to change some it's going to restructure things a little bit different. It may mean more money in your pocket. It may mean more money to pay off the remainder of the loan. But there's always ways around structuring it. And it's really just a matter of being creative. I'm all about creating deals that are creative. And how can you create it in a creative type of way? Because the more creative you can be, the more it can be a win-win situation for everything. I'm a big fan of nothing is impossible. All things are possible. And it's just a matter of who do you know and how can you structure it according to that it's going to work for everyone. Okay, so we want to make sure that that we are structuring our deals in a way where we can do that and paint that picture for our clients, or for whoever it is that we're working with, to be able to do that. So yes, that is another way that we are able to master the art of other people's money, and just be able to use that money so that we can allocate our funds in a different direction, right? Because we want to be able to allocate our funds for the things that we find valuable for our lives. We want to allocate our funds for the things that we find valuable for us. And so we want to make sure that we're using other people's funds to run our business, if that makes sense. All right. So, and lastly, there's, we want to make sure, number 3, I've got 3 ways to be able to master other people's money. And number 3 is, you want to scale. And in scaling, that can lead you to other opportunities for bigger deals, for other people to join you. It leads to massive, massive opportunities once you start scaling. And this can include syndications. It can include for multifamily. It can include just other people being able to join you in smaller deals, or you can go big. Why not play big and do syndication type deals where you own a part of real estate, bigger multifamilies, apartments, and you're able to scale in that way, and you get a percentage of ownership of that particular real estate property, and so you are able to pool your money with other investors. And once you start collaborating with other investors, the sky is the limit. It is, anything is possible, really. So this is a great way to use other people's money as well, because you're able to scale, and you can scale much faster. Okay, so there are lots of ways to use other people's money. This is just 3 ways to be able to use other people's money to grow your business. There are other ways, but these are my 3 ways that I've personally used to grow my business. And so these are the 3 ways that I'm talking about, but there are other ways to do this as well. So it's a great way to just, to be able to scale and pursue other opportunities and adventures. So let me get back to answering some of these questions that are in the chat. Okay, so someone is starting out learning the wholesale creative financing. That is a great way to get started. Wholesaling is an amazing way to get started, especially if you have not very much money. And I just suggest that you start using those partners, developing partnerships with other investors, and not just other investors, but developing relationships with people that you want to help. Get your name out there. Begin to let people know that you are in service to help them. And for wholesaling, and just begin to talk to people and develop those relationships with people. It's super important, especially in wholesaling. There's someone out there that needs your help. There's someone out there who needs your service. And so you get to help them. So you get to, to level up and use your gifts and your talents to help them. So I hope that answers your question. How did you manage scarcity? I answered that. And I trust that my response for that question was good for you, that it helped you. Someone says that they need help. And let me know what type of help you need, and I would be more than happy to help you as much as I can. And anything that I've already spoken on, I trust that was helpful for you as well. I want to purchase an investment home, but need to come up with a down payment and need help with that. Okay. A down payment. Okay. So as far as I want to purchase an investment home. Okay. So you're looking to, would this be your first investment home? Let me know if this is your first investment home. I think this is from Naomi. I think I pronounced it correctly. To start one, I will be looking for deals and will need funding. Okay, funding. Is there a way to come up with money? And what are the different ways we can get the money besides our own? Is there a way to see horns not yet on the market? If so, what's the site or resource? I'm not sure what this question is. Is there a way to see? Oh, did you mean homes? Is that what that is? Is there a way to see homes not yet on the market? Not yet on the market. If so, what's the site or resource? So a great way to see homes that are not yet on the market. A great way to do that is actually getting your name out there. letting people know that you are in service of helping them. Another great way to do this is going to your local controller's office, and oftentimes they have a list of people that might need help with taxes, or they might have people that need help with that are behind in taxes, or that are going into foreclosure. That is a great way to do that as well. I would start there, actually. I would definitely start there. Your local controller's office would have that information. Is there a way? Absolutely, you're very, very welcome. Some people don't like to with others. House hack can be tricky. And so house hacking, I would say it just depends on how you look at it. It depends on your mindset and how you are viewing house hacking. So I would ask you, like, what is it about house hacking that you find to be tricky? Because I think if you can shift your mindset and shift up how you look at it, it may not be so tricky. So my question to you would be, what is it that you're seeing that makes you think that it's tricky? Can your company fully fund our deals, including down payment, without personal credit? I definitely have connections to be able to help you. So I'm not sure, because Real Estate IQ, I think I'll be able to reach out to them after the webinar. Is that correct? Are you there? Real Estate IQ? Because I just want to make sure that I'll be able to reach back out to them.
Yes.
Yes, okay.
I will.
All right, fantastic. Because I can connect you with people that can help. In the last year, I focused on residential real estate, but it doesn't align with long-term goals. Now I'm shifting to larger multifamily properties. Awesome. Around 20 units. Awesome. I've got one that's looking for 20 units as well. Without relying on a private investor for the down payment, I'd appreciate guidance. Okay, I can also help you as well. I have connections that can definitely help in that area. Yes. Okay. Okay. All right. Fantastic. Oh, okay. So let me put my information in the chat. Yes, this would be my first investment that I would like to see if I can get funding. Okay. All right. So it looks like a lot of you are looking for how to get funding, ways to get funding. And I would certainly be more than happy to help with that. I'm going to put my information here in the chat. This is my email address. You can reach out to me here, and I'll also be able to reach out to you as well to get further information from you. And I see that many of you are looking for funding, and I do have connections to be able to help you to get the funding that you're looking for. So would love to help you with that. There's my email address in the chat. And yeah, if there's any other questions, I'm so excited for you all. I see many opportunities for so many of you to be able to get into the deals that you're looking to get into. Remember, heart posture is so important. Your heart must be pure. You must be in a position, in a place where you genuinely want to help people. And that is going to help you to soar. And so I am super excited to be able to help you in any way that I can. And if there are no further questions, I thank you for this opportunity. Thank you so much for listening. And I will definitely be in touch with you all.
Thank you, Shavonne. It was an amazing webinar. We really appreciate to have you here, and we expect to have you in future webinars. If you agree, I will send you the list of the attendees so you can reach them, and we grow this network. And thank you,
Absolutely.
everyone, for
Yes,
participating.
thank you. Thank you for having me.
It was a pleasure. I hope you have a wonderful day.
You as well. You as well. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.